Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. Our first one comes from Throw RA Very Confused. Am I the beehole for telling my husband to take the dog back to the shelter, disappointing my children? Hello everyone. I, a 33-year-old female, am terrified of dogs. I've always been terrified of them, and my husband, 35-year-old male, knows it very well. When I was 7, my neighbor's dog attacked me out of the blue, and I had to be taken to the ER. Ever since then, whenever I'm in the presence of a dog, I expect it to bite me. His parents have a husky, and every time we visit them, I freeze and I'm constantly on edge. It's not like I don't like dogs. I do like them, but it's impossible for me to relax in the presence of a dog. I'm just constantly overly aware of my surroundings, ready to flee at any moment. My husband asked me to get a dog years ago, but I said no, because having a dog in my own home would have been a nightmare for me. Fast forward some years, we've had 3 children, an 8-year-old male, a 6-year-old female, and a 3-year-old male. They've been begging us for a dog. We already have 2 cats. I'm gonna be honest with you, I like cats. My character is, cat themed, but I love dogs and I can never own a cat, and cats aren't a substitute for dogs. Just like how I assume dogs aren't a substitute for cats for people, I'm guessing. But every time I said no, explaining to them that I was scared, they would get upset, but still get over it pretty fast. Last week, my husband came home with a border collie. Oh, lucky, those are beautiful dogs. Lovely dogs, but high energy, and you gotta take care of them. Man, I would love a border collie mix. They have such beautiful fur colors. But back to it. The kids were so happy that I didn't want to scream at him at that very moment, but after we put them to bed, we had a very big fight. I really don't understand why he would disrespect me like that. He said that it could help me get over my phobia, and that it was a harmless dog, and the children were so happy. I could try it for them. I said I would try to. Okay, that's cool of you. It's been 1 week, and I'm afraid to go to the bathroom at night. I wake up in my own home with anxiety. Plus, I work part-time and my husband usually works full-time, so I'm the one who has to take it on walks, take care of him. Plus, for my 3 kids, I'm tired, exhausted, and afraid. Oh, that sucks. OP question, is it a puppy or is it full grown? Because I definitely get it if it's full grown. As much as I love dogs, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to run up to a full grown dog or probably adopt a full grown dog because they're going to be set in their ways and you got to deal with that whole breaking down its wall to get it to love you and all that. But if it's a puppy, I would have no fear of a puppy because if a puppy grows up with you, you know what I mean? It's not going to attack you. We've had a dog who was a Rottie Shepherd mix. Crazy girl. But she loved us. She would normal cute dog with us, lick us, kiss us, all that. But anybody else, she'd be, frothing at the mouth to get at them. Dogs are wild. But if you get it as a puppy, I know you have a fear of it. So it's hard for me to understand that because I've grown up with dogs my entire life, but I'm trying to see it from your eyes. So let's continue. I talked about it with my husband again, and he said he really loved the dog now, and told me to go to therapy over my phobia. Alright, that's pretty messed up, especially this is coming from a guy who loves dogs. He said that I was going to break my children's hearts, that the dog was very sweet. It is. And it didn't deserve to be taken back to the shelter, and if I really want to do it, I had to be the one telling my kids and taking it back. Will I be the beehole if I take it back? Should I just suck it up and try to get over my phobia? This is a tough one for me, especially because it's a collie. Collies are one of the type of dogs I'd love to get, but they are expensive. They go for like a K as puppies. OP, I'm gonna say you're not the beehole, even though it pains me to say it. But, try? I know I'm being kind of a jerk. Try to get over your phobia, because it's a pretty little collie, and you're gonna take it to a pound, and they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna do what they do at pounds, and that pains my soul. But, no, you're not in the wrong, and your husband is the wrong for putting you in that situation. Personally, no offense to you, but if I were your husband, I wouldn't have married someone who can't be around dogs. Like, I'll have a dog with me until the day I die. Probably after I've shed my mortal coil, probably be right there, at the funeral with my family members, because I love dogs. I always want a dog. They make me feel happy. It's one of the few things in the world where I can look at, and it makes me feel not depressed because it's so friggin' cute. Yeah, OP, you're not in the wrong, but I don't know. Could you try? It really sucks to send a poor dog to the pound, but your husband should not have put you in that situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, not the beehole. And our next one comes from the Marin Mage. Am I the beehole for refusing to go to my mother's church even though they got me a graduation gift? Fair warning, I have nothing against religion or having a relationship with God. I have a best friend who is Christian, and we get along super great. But the difference between what her and my mother believe is huge. Okay, I could see where you're coming from, OP. I'm the same way. You'll never catch me at church, but I do believe, and you know what I mean? And I don't believe I'm forcing people to do anything or trying to put my religion on anyone. That's a quick way to get people pissed off at you, and it's just an annoying thing to do. Long story short, my mother drugged me to church from the time I was born until I turned 18. Yeah, I can kind of relate. Well, not since I was born, but I hated going to church. I hated being trapped for an hour plus, and they would always drag us there. But back to it, and decided I wasn't going to go there. I have a bit of a religious trauma from my mother, and I've talked to her about the multiple reasons I don't want to attend church, well, at least at her church. I could see that. I don't have trauma, but I hated seeing how, like, we weren't a rich family. We got by, but I hated giving our money to the other church. The first church, I absolutely believed they believed what they were teaching, and they were using the money to help the church. I believe that. But the second church, no. When the pastor's wife had those red bottom heels and he was in his little suit and it eventually got to the point where he wanted to build a giant tower, a prayer tower where he could look down upon people, I was like, okay, you could tell they're just using our money to fund their rich, lavish lifestyle, and this is basically a scam. But my parents took them a while to see that. Me and the rest of my siblings saw that crap real quick and made sure we didn't go back, and it pained me to see my parents, who weren't making a lot, give money to these pricks who are over there using it to buy stupid fancy clothes and prayer towers. But back to it. Jumping to recently now, she told me about a week ago the church wanted to get me a gift for graduation. I told her something along the lines of, well, that's nice of them, but I don't need anything and I won't be going to that church. She acted like she has no recollection of me telling her all the reasons through the years of why I won't go to that church. She texted me this morning trying to convince me to come even though I told her multiple times I won't come back. She texted me, the church will have your graduation gift for you today. Could you come to church at 11 to receive it? It would make us all happy. And I told her, I told you, I will not go. She hasn't responded yet, but I'll update if something more comes from this. So, am I the beehole? What do you think? Of course, there's way more that I could have pacified this story with, but the post would be a novel. So I'm just trying to stick with little context and basics of what happened recently. I definitely don't fit in at her church and haven't felt safe or welcomed in a decade. So yeah. Am I the beehole for refusing to go receive a college graduation gift from the old church I haven't been to since for about 5 years? Again, I'm not going, so don't worry about me going. I'm not. Okay, cool. My advice would have been like, don't go, because this feels like a trap to try to bait you into coming back to the church, or your mom, or maybe your mom sounds like she's really into that church and she doesn't want to look foolish, but that's her problem. She's the one who forced you to go, and usually when you force someone to do something, they don't want to do it, and the second they don't have to do it, they don't do it. But I'm definitely going to say, no, you're not the beehole. Like I said, I'm a religious person, I agree, I believe, but you'll never catch me in church. The only exception is like a funeral or a wedding, but that, I'm not staying for a church sermon, that sort of thing. So I can absolutely relate to you, OP. I wouldn't go either. I'm gonna say you're not the beehole. Let your mom figure it out. And why can't she just be like, oh, he can't come. He's got this or something. I'll just bring the graduation present home to him. But I think it's just her wanting to save face, or them wanting to try to, a booby trap, basically. Well, not, but a trap to basically try to get you to come back to church. Because why are they trying to give you a graduation gift to someone who hasn't been there in 5 years? So P, no, you're not the beehole. And our final one comes from Inner Introduction 73. Am I the beehole for letting my husband see that I was unhappy with his birthday surprise? My husband surprised me on my birthday by booking a caravan at a glamping site. Hey, another camping one. What's up with these people trying to make camping a present site for a weekend getaway? He knows I have OCD about cleanliness. Hey, me too. And that I can't use a bathroom unless it's super clean. Me too. So, glamping in a caravan is definitely not suitable for me, and he knows this. When we arrived, I was shocked but pretended to like it because I know how much effort he put into planning this. However, he can read my body language too well and can see that I didn't like it. He kept apologizing and suggested that we go back home, but I insisted we stay anyway because of the effort he put in. OP, don't do that. When he offered to go home, you should have just said, yeah, go home. Why would you put yourself through all that unnecessary stress when you had a way out of it. A part of me feels guilty for letting him know that I don't like it, but another part of me feels disappointed with him for planning something he knew I wouldn't like and then acting surprised I didn't. Yeah, there you go, OP. That right there is why you shouldn't feel bad. Come on, you're married. He should know that this wouldn't be your type of thing going out camping. Like, it's not my type of thing. I don't want to go camping. My closest thing to camping is going to an Airbnb. There you go. There's my camping. But back to it. I also have IBS, so I was forced to use the bathroom there. I cried literal tears when I had to use it. It's one of the worst birthdays I've ever had, and I don't know how to process my feelings. Am I the beehole for letting him see that I was unhappy with his surprise? No, you didn't even let him see, OP. It's just how your body reacted. Sometimes our body will just do what it does, and that was your, legit feelings at the time. This sounds like he wanted to do his own thing for on your birthday, which was glamping. Um, Honestly, OP, you shouldn't have stayed. When he gave you the way out, you should have just been like, yeah, let's get out of here. I mean, yeah, it's crazy he did all the planning, but it sounds like he did all the planning for himself to have a good time, on your birthday. That's what it sounds like to me, because he should have known that you wouldn't have liked this, especially the way you are at the bathroom, because I'm the same way. It takes me a while to, I will never use a toilet public for number two. Heck, I don't even want to do number one, but, I'll do it in public, but that's it. Only number one. So OP, I completely get where you're coming from, because it crawls my flesh going into a bathroom that people have put their posteriors on and used before. And so OP, no, you're not in the wrong. I wish you had told him you just wanted to go home, instead of suffering through something you shouldn't have to suffer through. OP, you are not the beehole. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me, and can you please do what I said in the beginning, and like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out, it helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.